Hi, welcome to Reemerging Spirit. My name is Rudy Cromwell. This is my personal lifestyle channel. We are going to cover and talk about so many things from relationship to cooking to DIY to relationships. You name it, we're going to cover it. We're just going to live together, living to live our best lives in a tribe of like-minded people. If you feel like that is you, then I hope you get a lot of value from this and that you subscribe below and follow me. So today we want to talk about New Year's resolutions and kind of the tidying up theme. It's said that 60% of people make some sort of New Year's resolution, and the top two are that whole get into shape or to save money. Those are the two biggest. And I myself have made those New Year's resolutions myself, gone through the getting in shape one. Once I really get on a roll and I get into eating better and working out regularly, I can usually stick with that. Every year I say I'm going to save money and it never quite works out. I start to save and then something comes up and I dip into it and, usually use it. But, it's always an ongoing, I'm going to try again next year. But I find a lot of the times after the holidays, you've had all the decorations up, you're now finally packing those away for another year, and you got to climb over everything in the garage to put them away. It really just made me feel that a New Year's resolution needed to be decluttering and cleaning up stuff. So that was my New Year's resolution this year, and it was sparked by a book and a TV show by Marie Kondo on the whole art of tidying up. I had bought her book a while ago, and then of course it was another thing I never got around to reading. It went on the bookshelf, and then I'm flipping through Netflix one night when I'm bored, and I came across this show called Tidying Up. So I clicked on it, and it wasn't until about the second or the third episode that I realized, I think this is the lady that wrote the book that I bought that I've never bothered to read. So as I continued to watch through the rest of the season of the show, I pulled the book out and started reading it and watching how she was implementing what was in the book in people's homes with them. And it really inspired me that you need to declutter a whole bunch of areas of your life. And not gonna lie, I may not do all the things her way, but I do definitely fold my clothes the way she teaches you to fold your clothes. I will never turn back to the old way I used to fold them. Her way is so much better, saves so much space, and everything is so neat and clean and laid out that I just love it her way. So if you're not familiar, you can either look up Tidying Up on Netflix or buy her book. And the book title is The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo. So check that out. But I want to focus today on 4 main sections of tidying up your life. Not just a certain closet, but your life. Because I think it's important that for self-growth and to be able to move cleanly into a new year, we need to do some of that tidying up of our life. First and foremost is your home. It is your home base. That's where you function from. If your home isn't kind of neat and clean and tidy and having things where they need to be, it kind of just snowballs out into the rest of your life. So having your home kind of decluttered and neat and tidy is important. And it doesn't mean everyone has to go totally minimalistic and have like next to nothing. Different people are on the different spectrum in there. Some people like to have lots of things, but at least have them nice and neat and tidy. And a lot of people just don't like to have a lot of things. And in being minimalist, you have nice and neat and tidy. But your home is a big place to start. Especially this time of year as you're putting away those seasonal decorations and all that stuff. You may want to deep clean the garage and reorganize it and just tidy it up. Great time to purge. I know a lot of people sometimes wait till spring when they're spring cleaning, but right after Christmas, the beginning of the new year, I find is one of the times I like to start purging. Especially because you just got a lot of new things for Christmas. And even my own son is always like, if something new comes into the house, something has to leave. It's because we have a very limited space in our house. So we try to stick to that. When new things come into the house, it means we got to purge something. So you can purge that garage and clean it and tidy it and reorganize and get all the bins out and have them labeled. This is a great time to go through your closet, or the linen closet, or that junk drawer closet. And again, just pull out stuff you don't need, you don't use. If it's broken, get rid of it. It's a lot of things that you don't need, you don't use. It's no good anymore. Get rid of it. Things that are good, like nice clothing that's just not, you don't wear it anymore, but it's still good. Winter is a perfect time to donate to like your local like Salvation Army or other clothing outlet, Goodwill, those sorts of places. More than happy to take in clothing, especially in the middle of the winter. It's just a great way to pass on something to others that could really make use of what you need. There's all sorts of women's shelters, homeless shelters, drop-in shelters, lots of places you could donate, even used kitchen stuff, clothing, maybe a few knickknacks and stuff here and there for other people when they're trying to get their lives back on their feet after a disaster. So that's something else to consider as well. This time of year, the new year, is also a perfect time to declutter your finances. And this means sitting down, going through all your stuff from last year as you're getting ready for tax season anyway. This is why this is a perfect time to declutter your finances. But then really sit down and go through all your stuff and find out if you need it or not. Like, I know in my home, we cleared out a bunch of stuff. Like, every member of our household has their own private cell phone. Plus, we still have a landline. But to tell you the truth, it's probably been 5 years since anybody important's ever called the landline. It's all telemarketers, people trying to tell me I won some timeshare, or, a lot of wrong numbers. So why am I paying $40 a month for a landline that I don't need? And here's another one. How many of us have like 8 different streaming services? I know at our house we have Stack TV, Prime TV, we have Netflix, we have Disney Plus, we have and. Do you really need all of them? Do you really need a whole extra streaming service just because you want to watch one show? If your budget's kind of tight, there's a good way to completely just clean up your finances. And when you start taking out all those little crazy things we pay for that are extra that we don't really need, that's extra money you could be putting away to save, either in an investment or just in a TFSA, tax-free savings account, and you're going to be much better off for it by the end of the year. Now, here's another biggie. New Year is a great time to declutter your social media and your phone and stuff. I know my boys bug me all the time. Here's my phone. If I can get it to open, hang on. I have a bazillion apps. Honestly, how many of those apps do I need? This is a great time to go through your phone, clear out apps that you downloaded a year or two ago thinking you would use it, you've never used it, delete it off your phone, clear out your phone. And how about those of us that have 50 million pictures and little memes and stuff we saved because we thought they were funny at the time? I know I'm going to be a little dun-dun-dun here, but I have over 7,300 pictures in there. Time to clear that crap out. You don't need that many pictures and stuff on your cell phone. You don't need half the apps that are on there. Honestly, if you haven't opened it in a month and used it, just delete it off your phone, clear it out. And you can do the same right on your iPad or your computer too. A lot of saved old websites, if you don't need them, clear them off. You don't need them. And then that brings me to the last section I want to talk to you today, and it's about decluttering your relationships. Now, this is a little harder to do, but it is so soul freeing and really good for your mental health, is clearing out those relationships that are just nagging and draining on you. It doesn't mean cut off everybody. You have your really close core group of friends and you have your family, but there's extended people in our life that are very time consuming, and they suck your energy whenever you're around them. Maybe it's that next door neighbor that lives 3 or 4 doors down, or it's that distant cousin who just always seems to need your time and attention. Those are relationships you can kind of pare back from and just not be as involved in. Same with friendships. Like, you have your good core group of friends, and it's great to have some outer circle acquaintances of friends. But if you have one of those outer circle acquaintance of friends that just takes all the time, and they suck your energy every time you're around them, cut that stuff off. I mean, it comes across sometimes as kind of mean and cold, but it would be the best thing you ever do for your own mental health. And in this day and age, and all the craziness we're going through, your own sanity and mental health is extremely important. So going forward, let's start off this January 2022 by doing a lot of great decluttering of our life. Thank you for joining me. Subscribe below and stick around. I look forward to our next time together. Bye-bye.